As the season goes on and temperatures rise, evaporation increases and the plant's demands for water increase with it. With the Thirsty Earth watering system, the reservoir height can be adjusted to increase or decrease the water output. In our Thirsty Earth garden, we have tested a few ways to measure soil moisture. The most common way to decide if it is time to raise your reservoir is to walk through your garden regularly and look for signs of underwatering, such as wilting leaves. However, it can be tricky to tell the difference between underwatered and overwatered plants, so we use apps like Picture This to verify. Another way to check moisture levels that we have grown to love is by using a moisture meter like this one. By measuring the moisture in the soil, you have another data point for verifying and diagnosing visual signs of stress. We've noticed that even when the moisture meter reads on the low side of moist, measured 1 inch from a kata cup, it is time to raise the reservoir. As you can see here, we are raising our reservoirs from 1.25 to 1.5 psi on our stock tank garden beds after we stopped getting any water out of the false bottom and the soil started measuring on the low side of moist. However you choose to measure the moisture health of your garden, it is important to do so regularly and adjust the height of your reservoir accordingly. But how much should I raise my reservoir when I've noticed that I am underwatering? Depending on how your reservoir is set up, we found that raising your reservoir as much as 6 to 12 inches at a time is reasonable. Here we are using cinder blocks to support our reservoir and adding a layer to increase the water delivered to this part of our garden. There are seemingly infinite ways to set up a Thirsty Earth reservoir as shown here in some customer photos. It is also acceptable to set up your garden next year at the max height that worked this year, but just know that this fixed height will waste some water in spring when temperatures are low and your plants are small. Our system uses such a small amount of water compared to other options that even at your max reservoir height needed at the peak of summer this year, you will still be using a fraction of the water that you would have used with traditional systems. Happy gardening!